This is Dash. Is Dash. Is Dash. Is Dash. Is Dash. What is that?
Hello, it's time for another one of the Vos's Das video reviews, and going back in time now to beginning of the 90s, which is kind of, my wife says that's my decade. I guess she's probably right. And we've got the gorgeously tangy coloured cassette edition of Royal Trux Twin Infinitives. Just dropped in my mailbox from the Fat Possum. So I don't know, wrong button, I'm getting my back to front. Do we count this as a reissue or is it a repress? I don't know. I just know I had to pre-order it. It just landed, and I'm rather glad about it landing. And video review felt like the way to go celebrate it. So when you think of Royal Trux, the feeling you always think of is like that furious, scuzzy dirtball take on classic rock. The Grateful Shed, as it were, or the Grateful Shred, even, or both. But this album, especially the second one, is something else. It's one of those ones where the critics all threw around the word experimental. Experimental sounds, I know it is, but experimental rock sounds a little more contrived, whereas this feels like always a lot more straight from the hip. Now, we don't, I think they are just down to a duo on this one. I heard it many times, I've never scanned credits. It don't say, does it? So I would take it that we are just down to the two of them on this, the second album. And it's absolutely flying off in space. You know, if you were a noob to this album, you'd be like thinking, okay, when's the drums kick? When does the bass line start? Wrong album, Paul. So we do our typical video review thing of skipping ahead. It's totally recognisably Royal Trux, to me at least, yet we're off in a different space, something else. Maybe you could say it's like the Silver Surfer gone punk, or if the Sun City Girls didn't dial their long-wave radios to upworld stations and just listen to nothing but punk rock instead. Then again, as soon as I say that, I start to feel like I've tuned into a long-wave radio station somewhere else. But maybe it's a place where the Silver Surfer's got a Mohican. So, you could even call it space rock if you wanted to, you pretentious prick. It's, I don't know why I'm cussing at you there. It's like the inspired bad behaviour. Or maybe it's my dogs in the background wrestling like a pair of leering teenage boys. But no, yeah, I forgive you. I'll totally let you call it space rock. You're wrong. But I can tell ways in which you're right about that. I mean, it's kinda cosmic toilet rock. Like, it's got the scuzzy dirtiness of a underground venue's greasy toilets. But it is spacey though, isn't it? Like those guitarists who've got such space to breathe, they're spread out, you know? It's one of those albums that, like, no matter how many times you listen to it as well, you don't know it. Like some albums you can know every note, every riff. But your memory will never unplan this one. Or maybe yours does, mine don't. Maybe you've got a better memory than me. Man, I was about partway through this review when I realised that I really badly needed a strong cup of tea. You can probably tell it in my eyes, but the power of the music forced me to continue. I I mean, there's a lot of white noise in there, but it's a million miles away from like the power electronics stuff of the 80s. It's like it's inspired in how deconstructed it is. Well, I think so. I wonder what it must have been like to see like a live show of theirs in this phase. It must have been one of those kind of concerts where it could be the best thing you ever saw or the worst, and maybe half the audience would fall into either camp. Oh, I think we got to the end of side A. No, we're not. We're nowhere near the end of side A. I freaking love this colour of the cassette though. So people go for those boring colours and stuff. Go nuts for the colours. Just get crazy. Yeah, I totally prove here what Fat Possum are doing. There is obviously an old track list of song titles in here. I've never learned what the tracks on here are now. I'm never gonna do, because they're not. It ain't verse, chorus, verse time, is it? It's not. There's not even song titles. They're more like just labels to attach to a work of art, like little sticky notes put at the bottom of an abstract piece. You ain't singing that in the shower. Actually, maybe you would if you had a bad angle. One of the things I was going to meant to do is go back and look at what the music press reviews were like of this. I was one of those kids that got the weekly music press every week and read it cover to cover and never heard most of it. I seem to feel like Royal Trux emerged in a critical blaze, but was it like album number 3 and 4 when the music press started jumping on board the wagon? I try not to read too much about these albums before reviewing them in case I get like other people's thoughts stuck in here and recycle them. But the first thing I'm going to do when I finish making this is actually go check out what the critics said. I feel like half the reviews are going to completely miss the point and look stupid, and then the other half are going to like struggle to find the right words and end up sounding really pretentious and look stupid. It's kind of why some of this trickier stuff I go for the video review, and I probably still look stupid, but it's better than like vomiting up a word salad. I think so anyway. A lot of people probably virulently disagree with is that I've always found this album kind of soothing. Like, sure, it's abstract, but it's abstract rock and roll, right? But I don't think it's abrasive. I find like the waves of guitar noise kind of soothing and lulling. And like, yeah, the vocals are distorted, but it's not like they're screaming and yelling. They're singing through a haze. It's psychedelic noise, isn't it? Right? It's the Velvet Underground taken to the millionth level. It's kind of like exactly what the 90s needed, and we all missed it at the time. It took me years later to catch this gem. Another reason why I'm so excited about this is, yeah, you can go get it on CD or LP or HD format, but it feels like such a cassette album. Like, to me, cassettes were the thing that you always got like new bands demo tapes on, right? Cassette meant you were getting the first bite of the apple before anyone else. And this is kind of like, you know, it's the second album, but it feels like something that would be mailed to you in a jiffy bag, not available in any stores. Like it should have been a cassette only release. I know it wasn't. I know. But it feels very right in here. And they've done a, proper sweet mastering job on it. It's even on this little cheeky little portable mofo, it still sounds pretty sweet, There's some albums you put them on this and the sound quality will suck, but it's like a pillow of sound. I'm sure my wife would disagree if I tried to pop this on as a soothing drift off to sleep album. But it kind of makes me just want to snuggle up with this boombox and go through the whole album. Because like moments like this, there's so many like layers of the music, like multi-tracking going on and stuff. It's just sweet. So I'm just going to wrap it up with saying that I think this is a beautiful, bawdy classic. Yeah, I get maybe it ain't for everyone. If you don't find it a bit seductive, then I find you a bit questionable. Sorry.